The Space Age, from Sputnik to Mars, reading and published by Mr. Books. Introduction. The Space Age represents one of the most transformative chapters in human history, bridging the gap between terrestrial limitations and the vastness of the cosmos. It began with a small metallic sphere that seemed inconsequential against the fantastic backdrop of the universe, but held profound implications for the future of mankind. The launch of Sputnik 1 by the Soviet Union on October 4, 1957, marked the dawn of a new era, propelling humanity into the heavens and igniting a fierce competition that would shape political, technological, and cultural landscapes across the globe. In the decades that followed, human ambition soared alongside our machines. The space race between the United States and the Soviet Union catalyzed advancements that would redefine our understanding of science and technology. The Apollo missions, epitomized by the monumental lunar landing in 1969, showcased not only the capabilities of human ingenuity, but also the spirit of exploration that drives us to push boundaries. The iconic "one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind," uttered by Neil Armstrong, has since become a rallying cry for all those who dream of venturing beyond the confines of our planet. As technology progressed, so too did our understanding of the universe. The Space Shuttle program introduced a new paradigm of reusable spacecraft, allowing for continuous access to low Earth orbit and laying the groundwork for the International Space Station, ISS. This period also witnessed a resurgence in international collaboration, with space agencies working together across borders to foster scientific discovery that benefits all of humanity. The ISS stands as a testament to what can be achieved when nations unite for a common purpose, an orbiting laboratory where scientists from different countries collaborate on critical research. However, the journey does not end with the ISS. Mars looms as the next great challenge, an enigmatic destination rich with potential for human exploration. Recent robotic missions have revealed tantalizing clues about the red planet's capacity to support life, both past and possibly future. As humankind prepares for crewed missions to Mars, questions arise. What challenges will we face? What technologies must we develop? How will this venture redefine our place in the universe? In this book, The Space Age, from Sputnik to Mars, we will explore these themes in depth, tracing the trajectory of human space exploration from its humble beginnings to the ambitious goals that lie ahead. Each chapter will unveil key milestones and breakthroughs, delve into the technological advancements that have enabled our journey, and discuss the implications of our quest to conquer new frontiers. By understanding our past, we can better prepare for our future among the stars. Join us as we embark on this enlightening journey through the space age, celebrating our achievements while gazing toward the endless cosmos that beckons us ever onward. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button to support the channel. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss an audiobook that could change your life. Now, let's begin. Enjoy. Chapter 1. The Dawn of Space Exploration. The advent of the space age was not merely a matter of launching rockets or sending satellites into orbit. It was the culmination of centuries of human curiosity and innovation. The quest to understand the heavens has been an enduring aspect of human civilization. From ancient astronomers mapping the stars to scientists theorizing about the mechanics of motion, each step brought humanity closer to the eventual realization of space travel. The late 19th and early 20th centuries were pivotal in laying the groundwork for modern rocketry. Figures like Konstantin Tsiolkovsky in Russia and Robert H. Goddard in the United States, often regarded as the fathers of astronautics, conceptualized the dreams of space travel long before it became feasible. Tsiolkovsky's influential work on the rocket equation and Goddard's successful launches of liquid-fueled rockets established the theoretical and practical principles necessary for what was to come. However, societal and political contexts were equally significant. The interwar period and the aftermath of World War II showcased a world anxious for technological advancement, yet wary of the consequences it could wield. The onset of the Cold War set the stage for a dramatic competition between two superpowers, the Soviet Union and the United States. This rivalry would not only dictate the next few decades of geopolitics, but would also propel both nations into a fierce race for supremacy in space. Sputnik 1's launch in 1957 was both a technological triumph and a geopolitical shockwave. The beep-beep signal, echoing from the satellite, pierced the collective consciousness of the world. Suddenly, the stratosphere became not just a scientific domain, but a theater for global politics. The Soviet success acted as a catalyst, galvanizing the U.S. government to elevate its focus on space exploration and technology development, ultimately resulting in the establishment of NASA in 1958. The impact of Sputnik extended far beyond showcasing technical prowess. It ignited educational initiatives aimed at fostering a new generation of scientists and engineers, whose contributions would be vital in the years to follow. Science curricula across American schools were revised, emphasizing mathematics and science, thereby sowing the seeds for the technological boom that would take shape in the following decades. Simultaneously, the idea of space was being reimagined in popular culture. Science fiction flared into the public consciousness, with authors like Arthur C. Clarke and Isaac Asimov capturing imaginations with tales of interstellar travel and other worlds. This cultural backdrop provided fertile ground for broader acceptance of space exploration and made heroes out of astronauts even before they took flight. The next significant milestone came with the launch of Explorer, won by the United States in January 1958, which confirmed the existence of the Van Allen radiation belts. This achievement not only highlighted that America could indeed keep pace with the Soviet Union, but also constituted a foundational moment for scientific research in space, emphasizing that there was still much to uncover beyond Earth. As the space age unfolded, it became increasingly clear that this voyage would transcend mere scientific curiosity. It would reflect humanity's innate desire to explore and learn. For many, space was not just the final frontier. It symbolized hope, progress, and the limitless possibilities of the human spirit. The technological challenges required for spaceflight demanded ingenuity, collaboration, and resilience, qualities that would come to define the steady march toward the stars. With each satellite launched and each mission completed, humanity inched closer to becoming an interplanetary species. The early successes paved the way, proving that the dreams of yesteryears could become the realities of today. The first chapter of space exploration illustrated not just the triumphs of science, but encapsulated a collective human endeavor to break the shackles of Earth and reach for the cosmos, an endeavor that would only amplify in the decades to come. Chapter 2. The Race to Orbits. Sputnik's Historic Leap. The launch of Sputnik 1 on October 4, 1957, is often cited as the moment the world entered the space age. It was a technological marvel, a 58-centimeter diameter sphere that weighed roughly 83 kilograms, adorned with 4 antennas that sent beeping signals to Earth. However, its significance transcended its physical attributes. It was the first artificial satellite to orbit our planet, a feat that would reverberate across geopolitical landscapes, scientific disciplines, and the very imaginations of millions around the world. The immediate response to Sputnik's launch was one of shock and urgency, particularly within the United States. The notion that the Soviet Union had successfully placed a satellite into orbit triggered fervent debates in Washington, D.C. National security concerns loomed large. If the Soviets could launch a satellite capable of transmitting signals from space, What else might they achieve? Was the American military and technological infrastructure lagging behind? This realization catalyzed a series of reforms and programmatic overhauls within the U.S. government. It pushed the Eisenhower administration to prioritize funding for research and education in science and engineering. The National Defense Education Act of 1958 was signed into law, providing federal funding for education in science, mathematics, and foreign languages. Schools across the nation drew up curriculums designed to prepare a new generation of scientists and engineers who could compete on the international stage. Meanwhile, both nations embarked on an aggressive agenda to demonstrate their technological superiority. The following weeks saw the Soviets conducting additional satellite launches, including Sputnik 2, which became notorious for carrying Laika, the first living creature in orbit. The world's attention increasingly focused on these advancements, generating a wave of public interest in space exploration that had previously been limited to the realms of academia and science fiction. In response, the U.S. made a concerted effort to demonstrate its capabilities. On January 31, 1958, Explorer 1 was launched, marking America's first successful satellite. It was a critical moment that countered the Soviet lead in the space race and brought new enthusiasm to American scientific aspirations. The payload, designed by a team led by Dr. William Pickering at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory, contained scientific instruments aimed at studying cosmic rays. The data collected led to the discovery of the Van Allen radiation belts, providing crucial insights into Earth's magnetosphere. This burgeoning space race also ignited fierce competition between American laboratories and universities, where new ideas flourished and collaboration became essential. Research institutions aimed to outpace one another in launching satellites, with scientists working long hours, driven by the urgency of the moment. The transformation turned the landscape of scientific research into a bustling arena of innovation, where ideas were exchanged, tested, and refined under the intense scrutiny of public and governmental expectations. Moreover, Sputnik's launch had ramifications beyond military and political realms. It captured the imagination of the public. Citizens were abuzz with talk of space, and the idea of humans reaching beyond their earthly constraints took hold. Television programs and newspapers began to regularly feature stories about space, while science fiction films proliferated, further fueling public interest. Children dreamed of becoming astronauts, and popular culture began to reflect this fascination. Novels, comic books, and films emerged, dramatizing the possibilities of human space travel and the exploration of alien worlds. This cultural perspective had a tangible impact on the technological advances made thereafter. Private industry began to recognize the public's enthusiasm for space. Companies started investing in research and development of rocket technology, contributing to a burgeoning commercial space sector that would eventually redefine the landscape of aerospace endeavors. The initial launches symbolized not just the capabilities of national programs, but also opened doors for private entities to grasp their place within the cosmos. Meanwhile, international tensions continued to rise as both superpowers raced to secure their place in a new world order. National pride became intricately tied to technological achievements, with each satellite launch, each human spaceflight, becoming a veritable marker of superiority on the global stage. The atmospheres of rivalry persisted through the establishment of space policies, with decisions made not solely on scientific merit, but often in reaction to the successes of the opposing nation. The ensuing decade saw remarkable milestones that further solidified humanity's place beyond Earth. The development of the first human spaceflight through the Vostok program led to Yuri Gagarin becoming the first human in space in April 1961, thrilling and challenging the United States to respond with its own manned missions. These were periods not only marked by technological competition, but also profound human stories of bravery and curiosity as astronauts became symbols of national pride and global dreams. The launch of Sputnik, therefore, was more than a significant milestone in space exploration. It catalyzed a new era bent on pushing human limits. The drive to penetrate the atmosphere and explore the vastness of space ignited a revolutionary transformation in technology, culture, and international relations. The space age defined a period that would reshape humanity's relationship with the universe, an era driven not merely by politics, but by the shared human aspiration to explore the great unknown. Chapter 3: The Apollo Missions, a Giant Leap for Mankind. The Apollo program stands as one of humanity's most ambitious endeavors in the quest for space exploration. Initiated in the early 1960s against the backdrop of the Cold War, its primary goal was not only to land humans on the Moon, but also to return them safely to Earth. The narrative of Apollo is one of technological ingenuity, human courage, and an unwavering commitment to progress that resonated across the globe. With the United States determined to outpace the Soviet Union, the Apollo program was officially launched by President John F. Kennedy in May 1961. Kennedy's famous call to land a man on the Moon before the decade was out became a clarion call for a generation, fueling unprecedented investment in scientific research and innovation. The ambitious goal galvanized a nation and presented a formidable challenge to NASA as engineers and scientists raced against time to develop the technologies required for lunar exploration. Apollo's project architecture was immensely complex, encompassing various phases of design, testing, and execution. Central to this endeavor was the Saturn V rocket, a towering marvel of engineering that would become synonymous with the Apollo missions. Standing at over 363 feet tall, Saturn V remains one of the most powerful rockets ever built, capable of hauling the necessary payloads into space. This behemoth was a collaboration of the nation's top engineers, including the visionary Wernher von Braun, whose expertise in rocketry was instrumental in achieving such monumental aspirations. The Apollo missions were characterized by rigorous testing and validation processes. The program underwent a steep learning curve, often confronting setbacks that tested the resolve of NASA and its team. The tragic loss of the Apollo 1 crew during a pre-launch test in January 1967 underscored the inherent risks of space travel. Gus Grissom, Ed White, and Roger B. Chaffee perished due to a cabin fire, and their sacrifice prompted profound safety improvements across the program, reinforcing NASA's commitment to ensuring the safety of its astronauts. When Apollo 11 finally launched on July 16, 1969, the world held its breath. Astronauts Neil Armstrong, Edwin Buzz Aldrin, and Command Module pilot Michael Collins embarked on a journey that would culminate in one of history's most watched broadcasts. The lunar module, named Eagle, descended to the Moon's surface on July 20, 1969, amidst the anxious eyes of millions. Armstrong's iconic words, "That's one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind," echoed throughout the world as he became the first human to set foot on the lunar soil. The experience of standing on the Moon was both surreal and exhilarating. Armstrong and Aldrin conducted experiments, collected lunar samples, and described the barren beauty of the landscape, a sight previously conjured only in the imaginations of dreamers and scientists. The Apollo missions revealed not just the physical realm of our lunar neighbor, but also the potential for human exploration beyond Earth. The moon landings fostered a newfound appreciation for our planetary home, rendering Earth as a fragile oasis in an expansive universe. The subsequent Apollo missions, including Apollo 12, 14, 15, 16, and 17, built on the success of Apollo 11, deepening our understanding of lunar geology and the processes that shaped our celestial neighbor. Each mission yielded unprecedented data, images, and samples, fundamentally transforming our knowledge of planetary science. Astronauts traversed the lunar surface, driving lunar rovers and conducting extensive research that provided insights into the Moon's history, including impacts from asteroids and the geological processes that defined its evolution. The Apollo program also sparked a remarkable cultural and scientific awakening. It inspired a new generation of scientists, engineers, and explorers who would carry forward the torch of discovery. Schools embraced space education, and public enthusiasm for science flourished. The images and stories emerging from the lunar missions captured the collective imagination, making space exploration an integral part of popular culture. Films, documentaries, and books featured the Apollo experience, embedding it in the tapestry of American history, a testament to our capability to overcome challenges through innovation and collaboration. Moreover, the technological advancements derived from the Apollo program reached far beyond space exploration. The materials, engineering practices, and practices developed and refined during the program have permeated sectors such as telecommunications, medical technologies, and transportation, demonstrating that the pursuit of knowledge often yields benefits that ripple through society. The innovations spurred by Apollo laid the groundwork for future missions to Mars and beyond, as NASA and other space agencies look to leverage decades of experience in their modern efforts to explore the solar system. As the decade closed, the Apollo program left an indelible mark on human history. With 6 successful lunar landings and a host of scientific achievements, it fulfilled Kennedy's promise and transformed humanity's relationship with space. The Moon became emblematic, not just of a national achievement, but as a beacon of inquiry that transcended borders. Looking back, the Apollo missions are not merely a series of technological feats. They symbolize human curiosity, ambition, and the inherent desire to explore the unknown. They remind us that while the journey to the Moon may have been completed, the quest to understand our cosmos is far from over. Apollo laid the foundation for today's aspirations for Mars and beyond, proving that when humanity comes together, great strides are possible. The dream to explore and extend our reach into the universe continues, driving us to seek new horizons and further understanding of our place in the cosmos. Chapter 4: The Space Shuttle Era, Reusable Revolution. The dawn of the Space Shuttle era marked a pivotal shift in the landscape of space exploration. Spanning from 1981 to 2011, this ambitious program revolutionized how we approached missions in low Earth orbit, embodying the spirit of innovation and resourcefulness inherent in the American pursuit of space. The Space Shuttle was not merely a vehicle, but a complex system that integrated cutting-edge technologies, transforming both scientific research and the operations of space agencies worldwide. The concept of a reusable spacecraft arose from a desire to make space travel more cost-effective and accessible. By the 1970s, early successes of the Apollo program and a growing interest in long-term presence in space highlighted the need for a new form of transportation that could shuttle astronauts and cargo with greater frequency and efficiency. The Space Shuttle would serve as a versatile platform for a multitude of purposes, including satellite deployment, scientific research, and support for astronauts aboard space stations. The design and engineering of the Space Shuttle were monumental undertakings. Space Shuttle orbiters like Discovery, Atlantis, and Endeavour were equipped with wings and capable of gliding back to Earth, unlike traditional rockets that simply splash down into oceans. This capability not only enabled controlled landings, but also allowed for refurbishment and reuse fundamental aspects that distinguish the shuttle from its predecessors. The main external tank and solid rocket boosters were engineered to detach during flight, minimizing costs and maximizing payload capacity for each mission. NASA's ambition was realized with the first successful launch of the Space Shuttle Columbia on April 12, 1981. This mission, designated STS-1, was a crucial proving ground that affirmed the shuttle's operational capabilities. The iconic image of Columbia, lifting off amid clouds of smoke and fire, marked the beginning of a new chapter in space exploration. Over 3 decades, the shuttle program would witness 135 missions, enabling an array of scientific investigations that transformed our understanding of space science and Earth's atmosphere. The shuttle was not only a transportation vehicle, but also a vital research lab. Throughout its lifetime, numerous experiments were conducted on various scientific disciplines, including materials science, biology, astronomy, and earth science. The ability to carry large payloads and multiple crew members allowed for extensive experiments that could not be conducted on Earth. For instance, the Space Lab missions utilized pressurized modules installed in the shuttle's payload bay, providing an environment for research as diverse as studying the behavior of fluids in microgravity to exploring the effects of space on biological organisms. One of the most significant achievements of the shuttle era was its role in the construction and servicing of the International Space Station, ISS. The ISS represents an unparalleled example of international collaboration, involving multiple countries and space agencies working together to foster scientific research in space. Space shuttle missions played a critical role in transporting components of the ISS into orbit, allowing for the installation of solar panels, laboratories, and living quarters. The shuttle's ability to put together the various modules and equipment of the ISS underscored its versatility and the importance of repeated missions. In addition to contributing to the ISS, the shuttle enabled numerous satellite deployments that had far-reaching implications for various fields, including weather forecasting, environmental monitoring, and telecommunications. High-profile missions, such as the deployment of the Hubble Space Telescope, expanded our understanding of the universe, allowing astronomers to peer deeper into space than ever before. The Hubble has become one of the most cherished scientific instruments in history, revealing stunning images of distant galaxies and contributing to our understanding of cosmic phenomena. Similarly, the disintegration of Columbia upon re-entry resulted in the loss of another 7 crew members. Each incident prompted comprehensive investigations, leading to critical changes in safety protocols and operational practices. Despite the setbacks, the program ultimately achieved significant milestones, reaffirming humanity's capability to explore and operate in space. The shuttle provided invaluable lessons regarding engineering, safety, and the importance of maintaining a human presence in low Earth orbit. These lessons continue to shape the future of space exploration, influencing the design and approach of upcoming missions to the Moon, Mars, and beyond. The Space Shuttle program concluded in July 2011 with the final flight of Atlantis. As the world watched the shuttle land for the last time at the Kennedy Space Center, reflections on its legacy became paramount. The shuttle era represented a period characterized by science, exploration, and the transformative power of technology. It demonstrated that while reaching for the stars is fraught with challenges, the human spirit of discovery remains unyielded. In assessing the legacy of the Space Shuttle, we acknowledge its role in making space more accessible to scientists and researchers, facilitating countless experiments and expansive exploration opportunities. Beyond facilitating missions, it captured public imagination, a symbol of innovation and achievement, reminding society of humanity's innate desire to explore the unknown. Looking forward, the lessons learned from the shuttle era inform the next phase of space endeavor. As private companies emerge, developing their own vehicles for human exploration, the foundations laid by the shuttle program endure as a reminder of the importance of careful engineering, rigorous testing, and a commitment to safety. The legacy of the Space Shuttle serves as a beacon as we embark on new journeys into the cosmos, embracing the possibilities of a future where humanity may one day call other planets home. Chapter 5: International Cooperation in Space. As the space age progressed, the narrative of exploration began to shift from rivalry to collaboration. The establishment of frameworks for international cooperation in space exploration represented a significant evolution in how nations approached the final frontier. Rather than merely asserting dominance over each other, countries began to recognize the immense benefits that could arise from working together to tackle the challenges of space. The seeds of international collaboration were sown during the tumultuous backdrop of the Cold War, as both the Soviet Union and the United States ventured into space. While the initial motivations stemmed from competitive spirit, the successes of individual missions laid the groundwork for mutual recognition of humanity's shared aspirations. The Apollo-Soyuz test project in 1972 marked a groundbreaking moment of collaboration. This mission involved a spacecraft from the U.S. docking with a Soviet craft, showcasing the potential for peaceful cooperation despite profound ideological differences. The Apollo-Soyuz mission served as a turning point, reinforcing the idea that space should be a cooperative effort rather than a battleground for political ideologies. Following its success, the international community grew more enthusiastic about the potential for collaborative space exploration. These efforts culminated in the development of the International Space Station, ISS, a remarkable example of global partnerships in the realm of science and technology. Initiated in 1998, the ISS program involved multiple countries, including the United States, Russia, Japan, Canada, and members of the European Space Agency, ESA. This cooperative endeavor brought together the resources and expertise of different nations to create a platform for scientific research, technology development, and even diplomacy. The ISS became a shining symbol of international collaboration, where scientific inquiry transcended national interests and fostered goodwill among nations. The significance of the ISS cannot be overstated. Through this endeavor, scientists from diverse backgrounds work side by side, conducting experiments that address critical questions about human health, materials science, astrophysics, and space exploration. The ability to conduct research in microgravity has opened the door to innovative discoveries that have profound implications for life on Earth, ranging from advancements in medicine to understanding climate change. With more than 20 years of continuous human presence aboard the ISS, it has exemplified what can be achieved when countries come together to work toward a common goal. Collaborative experiments have produced tangible results, such as understanding how various biological systems respond to the unique environmental conditions of space. Research developed on the ISS has also led to critical discoveries concerning cancer treatment, advanced materials, and technologies that can be applied in everyday life. Moreover, the ISS provides invaluable lessons regarding the management of complex international projects. The challenges of designing, building, and maintaining a space station that operates successfully in low Earth orbit are immense. Coordinating logistics, ensuring safety, and fostering effective communication among various nations are intricate tasks. Yet, the collective efforts are adjudicated by a shared vision, reinforcing the notion that humanity's collective progress outweighs individual agendas. As nations develop their own space programs, collaborative efforts extended beyond the ISS. The establishment of joint missions, shared research stations, and collaborative scientific teams allowed countries to leverage their strengths and resources. For instance, international partnerships have enabled deep space missions, with countries combining their expertise and technologies. Projects like the Mars Science Laboratory, led by ENASA, included contributions from international partners, showcasing how collaboration can enhance exploratory missions. While cooperation has dominated recent decades, challenges remain. Space has become increasingly crowded, bringing new challenges for space traffic management and planetary defense. The proliferation of satellites, along with the rise of commercial space activities, necessitates a more organized approach to avoid collisions and ensure the sustainable use of outer space. How humans navigate these complexities will depend on international agreements and frameworks that govern space operations and preserve celestial environments. Additionally, the geopolitical landscape affects collaborations in space exploration. Tensions between nations can jeopardize partnerships, particularly in an era where resources are limited and ambitions are high. Yet, history has demonstrated that moments of crisis can spur innovation and cooperation. Global crises, like climate change and pandemics, may further compel countries to work together to develop technologies that benefit humanity as a whole, including advances in satellite technologies for monitoring environmental changes. As we look to the future of human space exploration, international cooperation is integral for ambitious endeavors that will push the boundaries of what is possible. Missions to Mars, the establishment of lunar bases, and the exploration of asteroids will require comprehensive collaboration, harnessing the efforts of various nations. The Artemis program, led by ENASA, aims to return humans to the Moon and involves international partnerships, highlighting the shift toward shared exploration goals. In summation, the journey into space is best measured not by national competition, but by the collective achievements that can be accomplished when countries unite. The framework established through cooperation, embodied by the ISS and articulated through joint missions and scientific initiatives, underscores humanity's shared aspiration to explore the cosmos. As we venture further into the unknown, we must embrace this collaborative spirit, recognizing that it is not just the nations that journey into space, but humanity as a whole, working together to understand and explore the universe we inhabit. Chapter 6: Mars, the Next Frontier. As we stand at the dawn of a new era in space exploration, Mars emerges as humanity's next great frontier. This connection with our planetary neighbor has captured the imagination of scientists, engineers, and dreamers alike, representing not only an opportunity for exploration, but also a potential new home for humanity in the cosmos. The question of whether Mars once harbored life, along with the ongoing pursuit to determine its habitability, drives a multitude of missions and research into this tantalizingly enigmatic world. Mars has intrigued humanity for millennia, with its striking red hue earning it the nickname the Red Planet. Ancient astronomers observed its motion and contemplated its mysteries. In modern times, the exploration of Mars surged following the successes of robotic missions, such as NASA's Viking landers in the 1970s, which provided invaluable data about the Martian environment, marking the beginning of a new chapter in planetary science. The subsequent decades have seen a plethora of missions to Mars, ranging from orbiters to rovers, each equipped with sophisticated instruments to analyze the planet's surface and atmosphere. The rover's Spirit and Opportunity, Curiosity, and the recent Perseverance have traversed the Martian landscape, capturing breathtaking images and conducting experiments to probe the planet's geology and climate. Perseverance, for instance, is testing techniques for extracting oxygen from carbon dioxide in the Martian atmosphere, a vital step towards enabling human missions. One of the primary objectives of Mars exploration is to search for evidence of past or present life. The discovery of ancient riverbeds, clay minerals, and methane spikes in the atmosphere suggests that Mars may have once been hospitable to life as we know it. The potential for liquid water, an essential ingredient for life, fuels the hope that missions might one day uncover biosignatures or microbial evidence on the planet's surface. The prospects of past life tantalize astrobiologists and pose fundamental questions about the emergence of life elsewhere in the universe. As we look to the future, calls for sending humans to Mars are intensifying. Initiatives such as NASA's Artemis program and SpaceX's ambitious plans aim to lay the groundwork for human missions. A successful crewed mission to Mars will require overcoming numerous challenges, including life support systems, radiation protection, and the psychological impact of long-duration space travel. Consequently, both governmental and private organizations are investing heavily in developing innovative technologies and sustainable practices to ensure successful missions. NASA's Artemis program is designed to establish a sustainable human presence on the Moon as a precursor to sending astronauts to Mars. The lessons learned from lunar exploration, specifically regarding water resources, habitats, and the long-term health of astronauts, will be instrumental in informing the challenges that Mars presents. Furthermore, international partnerships will play a crucial role in planning and executing these missions, drawing upon a wealth of knowledge and experience from various nations and organizations and ZAG. As private companies prepare to venture into Martian exploration, an exciting shift occurs in the landscape of space travel. SpaceX Starship project aims to create an entirely reusable vehicle capable of transporting humans and cargo to the Moon and Mars. This influx of private investment and innovation is expected to accelerate the timeline for human missions, highlighting a new era of commercial space exploration. However, challenges remain. The psychological and physical demands on astronauts, coupled with a lack of established infrastructure on Mars, pose significant hurdles. Solutions such as in situ resource utilization, ISR, utilizing Martian materials for constructing habitats and generating fuel, will be crucial in minimizing dependence on Earth supplies. Developing sustainable systems for living on Mars, including agriculture and closed-loop life support, remains a pivotal focus for researchers and mission planners. Nevertheless, the anticipation surrounding potential crewed missions continues to grow. The global excitement for human exploration of Mars transcends borders, tapping into a shared human aspiration for discovery. The prospect of standing on the dusty Martian surface, looking up at the stars, and contemplating the vastness of the universe captures the imagination in ways that no technology or robot ever could. The exploration of Mars represents a defining moment in humanity's journey beyond Earth. It challenges us to confront the possibilities of life beyond our home planet, while also redefining our understanding of our place in the universe. As we unite around this grand endeavor, we stand on the threshold of new discoveries and insights that could reshape our perception of what it means to be human and our potential for existence among the stars. As we venture forth into this next chapter of exploration, our journey to Mars becomes not just a singular event, but the expression of humanity's enduring quest to seek knowledge, confront challenges with innovation, and explore our connection to the cosmos. Mars awaits, a land of intrigue and promise, ready to welcome the next generation of explorers who will leave their footprints in the red dust, charting a course for humanity among the stars. Chapter 8: The Future of Humanity in Space. As we look to the horizon, the future of humanity in space unfolds with immense possibilities and challenges. The endeavors initiated in the 20th century have set the stage for an exciting new era of exploration, where advancements in technology, international collaboration, and private enterprise converge to shape humanity's destiny beyond Earth. The potential for establishing a human presence in space raises profound questions about our purpose, sustainability, and the evolution of life on other worlds. One of the most ambitious goals is the colonization of Mars, representing a logical next step in human expansion beyond Earth. The technical, biological, and social complexities of setting up a permanent human settlement on Mars necessitates rigorous planning and preparation. Innovations in spacecraft design, life support systems, and resource utilization will be crucial as we seek to create a self-sustained environment that can support human life over extended periods. Establishing habitats capable of providing essentials such as air, water, and food is paramount. In situ resource utilization, ISRU, which involves using Martian materials to produce essential supplies, will play a vital role. Technologies for water extraction from the Martian soil, growing food in controlled environments, and generating oxygen from carbon dioxide are essential components of potential missions. Moreover, the psychological aspects of living on Mars, including social cohesion and mental health, warrant careful consideration as explorers adapt to isolated environments far from home. The advancements in space exploration extend beyond Mars and encompass the Moon as a stepping stone. NASA's Artemis program aims to return humans to the lunar surface, establishing a sustainable presence that can facilitate deeper explorations into the solar system. The Moon may serve as a base for launching missions to Mars and beyond, while also acting as a site for scientific research that takes advantage of its unique geological features. Furthermore, lunar habitats could help improve technologies necessary for survival in more distant environments. Beyond Mars, the prospects of exploring asteroids and potentially habitable exoplanets present tantalizing opportunities for discovery. Missions aimed at asteroid mining could yield valuable resources, fueling further exploration and addressing resource shortages on Earth. Concepts such as space habitats, which would enable human life in orbit or on other celestial bodies, echoes the infinite potential of human ingenuity to adapt and thrive. The increasing involvement of private companies in space opens doors to new modeling of exploration, fostering a diverse array of missions and initiatives. With influences from commercial interests, traditional boundaries of space exploration begin to blur, creating opportunities for inventive solutions to complex challenges. The coupling of entrepreneurship and collaboration with public agencies may lead to innovations that could redefine our approach, a pivot towards sustainability and exploration. As we advance into the future, the ethical implications of our actions in space become imperative. Whether it is terraforming other planets or mining celestial bodies, we must contemplate the environmental impact and moral responsibilities that accompany our ambitions. The establishment of guidelines for a sustainable approach to utilizing off-world resources is crucial as we navigate the complexities of cosmic stewardship. Moreover, the potential for the expansion of intelligent life into the cosmos evokes fundamental questions about humanity's relationship with the universe. As we venture into this exploration, we confront existential inquiries surrounding our purpose and responsibilities as a species. How will our understanding of life evolve when we encounter possibly new forms of intelligence or microbial life on other planets? The search for signs of life beyond Earth influences not only our scientific pursuits, but also our philosophies and worldviews. The future of humanity in space mandates a collective effort characterized by collaboration and communication. Building robust partnerships among nations and engaging various sectors, including academia, industry, and civil society, will facilitate cohesive efforts in addressing the multifaceted challenges of space exploration. The creation of global frameworks governing the use and stewardship of space resources highlights the significance of international cooperation in realizing shared goals and aspirations. Ultimately, the journey into space embodies the essence of human curiosity, our relentless desire to explore, discover, and understand the unknown. As we carve our path in the cosmos, we must blend ambition with responsibility, opening new frontiers while nurturing our home planet. What we learn from our ventures into space will not only shape our understanding of the universe, but also inspire generations to come. In this legacy of exploration, humanity's place in the cosmos evolves, reflecting both our achievements and our reflection on what it means to be a sentient species. Embracing a future driven by compassion, sustainability, and exploration can set the stage for a new chapter in human history, one where our reach for the stars becomes synonymous with our commitment to one another and our planet. The odyssey of exploration is not merely a journey beyond Earth, but a journey of understanding, purpose, and unity that may define the very essence of humanity's future among the stars. If you found this video helpful, inspiring, or entertaining, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on future content. Your support means the world. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.